Hey there, everybody. I'm sure if you've been following my channel, if you're subscribed to it, you know that I haven't posted anything in a while. Well, there's a good reason for that. My family and I, we moved out to Montana. Um, I'm up here sitting on my roof, so you can kind of get an idea about where we're sitting. I don't know if the camera's going to show up just how far away a lot of that stuff is in the background or not, but all these peaks you're seeing, like that one right there, that one is about 4 miles away. See around to the back. Alright, and there's a good 360 of where we are. Alright, so a little bit about how we came to be out here and what we did once we were here. We didn't just come out to some established residence or a cabin or anything like that. It was just raw bare land out in the middle of nowhere. It's about 8 3/4, so almost 9 miles to the nearest paved road, and that's generally where we park our truck. In the winter months we have to snowmobile in and out, and during spring and fall we have to run our side by in and out because the roads get too muddy. There is no, there's no cell phone signal. Nearest cell phone signal is 25 miles to town. We have no amenities out here, obviously, no power, no water. We do have a creek that runs behind the house, but it's only part of the year. And I'll cover a video later about what we all did for water. So yeah, we came out here to just raw, untouched land, and moved out here with some tools, our trailer, 5 kids, and we lived in a tent, a couple of tents, and we built up our house from there. A lot of cold nights, huddled together in sleeping bags and stuff, and slowly just kept chipping away at it. It was actually probably one of the greatest, best adventures our family ever took. I used to do construction with my father when I was younger, so that came in handy, and I also went to school for mechanical engineering, so that came in handy. Designed and built the entire house that we have. We never had any help from any outside contractors. Neighbors didn't help us at all. This entire thing was designed, built, every nail, screw, and everything by just my family and I. Primarily the wife and I.
She's short and skinny, but she's strong. Her first baby come out sideways. She didn't scream or nothing.
Although the oldest daughter, she helped quite a bit on the first structure that we initially put up. So that's a little bit about how we got here, and in subsequent videos, as I'm touching other stuff, or if you guys have questions, maybe I'll explain a little bit more. But off to the house. Okay, here's the house. It's a bit messy, but if you imagine all the chores and everything you have to do in the normal course of a day, and then multiply that by about 3, plus add in the fact that you're building a home with no water, no power, no nothing else, and just trying to survive, plus the road is almost 9 miles of dirt and potholes and everything else, and we're snowed in here for damn near the whole year. You'd understand why this place looks like it does. It's a lot of work, but it is quite enjoyable. If we look over here, I think you can see that just through the trees. The other part that's higher, that was the addition that we did after the first year. The lower house here is a 20 by 20, and that was what we lived in for the whole first year and most of the second year. We're pretty civilized now. We got things pretty well buttoned up and a lot of amenities in that. Our kitchen's kind of a mess right now. We just got done with lunch, but so be it. We actually have a stove right now that we're running off of a small 20-pound propane tank. For 2 years, all we had was that wood stove and a very, very tiny little fold-up end table with a little bathtub on it, like those medical tubs. That was our sink. But now we have an actual refrigerator, we got cabinets. We've come a long way from where we were. We have bathroom downstairs here. Our bathroom, it looks like a regular toilet, but we didn't hook up any septic system yet. For right now, we just needed to separate the pee from the poop. So the pee goes in the toilet, and then that runs out through some piping to a bucket, and then we have to manually empty the bucket. And then we have a luggable loo bucket for going number 2 in. Here is our living room now. And if you'll notice where the floor ends, this is where the original house first ended, pretty much by the left edge of that window. And that was what we had at first. This used to be the kids' bedroom back here, but we cut some out of this wall, moved a bunch of stuff over. Everything in the layout has changed quite a bit. So yeah, if you can imagine, I had all of my tools and everything moved in here. So this entire half of the house, there was no bathroom at the time. Plus the entire dining room area here was also filled with my tools and other things that we couldn't fit in the trailer anymore. And so for about 3 months until we got a small shed built, what you're looking at right here, this tiny little space in the kitchen, that was it. All 7 of us, we had a blue tarp for a roof at that time and just huddled up like crazy around by that fireplace. Then after we were here for the first year, we built this addition back here, and last winter was our first winter with the second wood stove, which made a huge difference. We froze our butts off the first year without that wood stove. Here's one bedroom here. This is the girls' room. Here's our what's gonna end up being our front door when I get the porch and stuff done. Then we have a utility room back there that's just filled with stuff right now, but that's where all the solar equipment is, and I'll do a separate video on what we have for solar and water. Another bedroom back there for the son. And we step upstairs. And this is going to be the second bathroom upstairs for us. And then we have another bedroom here. And we have our last bedroom there for the kids. And then we have our bedroom with a his and hers closets. I got my reloading stuff and guns and that everywhere. But yeah, it's coming along. We'll be finishing up drywall here hopefully in the next month or so. All depends on when the roads get good enough to get stuff in. But yeah, that's the rough view of the place right now, and I'll have some updates down the road. So check you later and have yourselves a good one.